What if I told you that the most successful people on the planet aren't doing what everyone thinks they're redoing? That behind the highlight reels and viral routines lies something more powerful, something almost no one talks about. It's not glamorous, it's not showy. It doesn't win likes, but it works. And if you want to operate on a higher level, it's time you discovered it. This isn't about waking up at 5 a.m. or drinking kale smoothies. It's not about hustling 20 hours a day until you burn out. High performers don't chase chaos, they build structure. And their real power comes from a routine so steady, so intentional, it becomes invisible. It's the rhythm behind the results. The reason they don't just start strong, but stay strong. Let's start here. Clarity. High performers don't begin their day by reacting. They begin by centering. The moment they wake up, they're not grabbing their phone. They're grabbing focus. Before the world invades their mind, they remind themselves why they're here. They reconnect with purpose. That clarity. It's not a luxury. It's a requirement. Because distraction is everywhere, and they know if they don't anchor their mind, something else will. Next, they simplify. They don't fill their to-do list with 30 scattered tasks. They choose 3 priorities, maximum. The most important moves that will push their mission forward. Not what feels urgent. What actually matters. This is where most people fail. They mistake movement for progress. But high performers move with intent. They'd rather do 3 things with excellence than 30 things halfway. Then comes the block. Every high performer carves out time, deep, protected time for focused work. No multitasking, no background noise, just full engagement. They treat this time like gold because it is. During this block, they create, build, solve, think. While others are stuck in meetings or bouncing between distractions, they're locked in, doing what truly moves the needle. You might be surprised by this next part. Recovery. High performers don't hustle until they drop. They rest on purpose. They step back so they can step in stronger. They take walks, meditate, sleep deeply, say no without guilt. Not because they're lazy, it's because they understand energy is their greatest asset, and protecting it isn't optional. They also review, quietly, daily, not once a year in a big reset moment, but every day. At the end of their work, they ask themselves what worked, what didn't, and what they'll do better tomorrow. This simple reflection keeps them sharp, keeps them growing, keeps them honest, because performance without awareness is a trap. You'll keep moving, but you won't know if you're going in the right direction. There's another layer to their routine: emotional discipline. High performers don't let moods control their days. They still feel frustrated, tired, overwhelmed. But they've trained themselves to pause, to question, to manage their state before it derails their decisions. They don't react from emotion. They respond from intention. That difference, it changes everything. Most people think high performers are naturally confident. They're not. They've just built confidence through consistent follow-through. They do what they said they'd do, even when no one's watching, especially then. And every time they show up, they reinforce a powerful belief. I can trust myself. That trust, that's confidence. That's momentum. Let's talk about input. You'd be amazed how strict high performers are about what enters their mind. They don't binge negativity. They don't scroll aimlessly. They curate their environment: books, podcasts, conversations like it's fuel, because it is. Garbage in means garbage out. They know their mind is a garden, and they guard it like it's sacred. They also batch their decisions. You know, decision fatigue is real. So instead of constantly guessing, they create rules, systems, patterns: what to wear, what to eat, when to train, where to work. They reduce the number of choices they make daily, not to be robotic, but to preserve mental energy for what matters most. One of the most overlooked parts of their routine is saying no. High performers turn down good things all the time. Not because they don't want them, but because good is the enemy of great. They don't spread themselves thin. They stay in their lane. Focused, dialed in. While others chase everything and finish nothing, they go deep. One project, one mission. Fully. And here's something powerful: gratitude. Not in a performative way, in a real, grounded way. They pause to appreciate progress, people, moments. Not because everything's perfect, but because that mindset keeps them strong, keeps them humble, keeps them hungry. You can't grow from a place of lack. You grow from a place of awareness. And gratitude fuels that awareness. Now, maybe you're thinking, this sounds simple. That's the point. Complexity kills consistency. High performers don't chase complicated. They chase effective. Their routine isn't some dramatic overhaul. It's a set of repeatable actions that align with their purpose. It's not exciting, it's empowering, and it builds something few people ever feel: quiet power. So how do you build your own? Start with one block. One part of your day that belongs to you, not the world, not your phone. You use that block to think, build, plan, grow, then eliminate noise. If it doesn't serve your mission, it's stealing your energy. Cut it. Set 3 targets a day. Not 10, not 20. 3. Nail them, then move. Review your day every evening. Ask what helped me, what hurt me. What will I change tomorrow? Protect your energy like it's currency, because it is. Rest without guilt. Recover without shame. Say no more often. Say yes only when it's a full-body yes. Feed your mind with the content that lifts you, challenges you, sharpens you. And remember, none of this needs to look impressive. It needs to work for you, in silence, without applause. That's the real secret. The highest performers in the world aren't loud. Their routine is not a billboard, it's a compass. A quiet, steady force guiding every step. While the rest of the world is chasing hype and hacking productivity, they're showing up, over and over, until discipline becomes identity. And identity becomes destiny. You don't need to be extraordinary to start. You need to start to become extraordinary. One small step at a time. Quietly, relentlessly, build that routine. Honor it, protect it, and watch what happens to your life.